Hi students, welcome. So this is Modern Asian Literature. Welcome to this online class. Now you'll notice that most of your lectures are going to be in this format. Your first PowerPoint slide will contain a video. This is me introducing the main texts and topics for the week. As you read on through the next slides in the PowerPoint, I'll introduce you to the main texts that we're looking at, some of the frames of critical approach that we can take to read these texts. So what critical ideas have people said about these texts? How do they link together? How are we going to link them together? And I'll also include things in the lectures like some questions to get you to think about as you read the texts. Now, you need to do three things. I really need you to do these before you go any further with this course, okay? The first thing is to read the syllabus. It's no good saying that you didn't know when an assignment was due or you didn't understand what you're meant to be reading for this week. The syllabus actually contains the readings that you will do for every week. So for example, this week's reading is a critical essay and 3 short stories from Japan. You need to have read these by the time that you are watching me, or at least skim read them to get an idea of what they're about before you then do a deeper read after watching the lecture. It's up to you. In other words, what you shouldn't be doing is waiting till the Sunday of week 1 to read over them. There's no way you will be able to pass the course if you get behind on the reading, okay? Second thing is familiarise yourself with the course pack. Now, this course pack is actually where all of your readings are contained. So it's every single text you need on this course is provided for free in the form of links in your course pack. Your course pack's actually available in the same place as your syllabus. So it's under your modules and it's a getting started module. So it's a very top module, you cannot miss it. You've got getting started, like a welcome, this is the course, this is me, more on me in a minute, by the way. And then you've got your syllabus and then you've got your course pack. So again, sometimes I have people say, well, I don't know the text, oh no, what do I do? The texts are all in your course pack. It's your job to read them on time. The final thing I need you to do is complete your assignments on time, okay? You only have 3 major assignments for this online course, and you have a couple of video responses, one of which is actually due at the end of this week, okay? So do pay attention. Again, I'm going to give you full instructions at the end of this lecture on how to do that assignment. Now, assignments are not negotiable. They're not you can't extend them. I don't give extensions. It's really important for an online class that you get used to managing your time as you would do in the real world. So do not email me on the day of an assignment or even 2 days before saying, I need an extension, I'm not going to make it. You have to keep up with these online courses. I've designed the course so it's relatively easy to complete if you do the reading, if you keep on schedule. If you get behind, you will struggle. So don't let yourself get behind. Maybe a good technique is every Sunday before the week begins, sit down and do the reading for the following week. Now your course pack is electronic, so you can actually download it onto a mobile phone. What do you call it? A cell phone. And then you can read it on the go. So you might be at work and you might think, great, I've got 20 minutes, I'll just read that first short story. Okay, I've got another half an hour because I'm waiting outside student finance, I'll just read that second short story. There isn't actually much reading for this course. You do have 2 novels, but actually 3 novels, but the first one's actually Futon, which is from 1907. It's this really creepy Japanese novel. You can start reading that whenever you like. But remember, the novel is the kind of big thing on the course. That's the one that you're really, really going to need to devote time to reading. And you're going to be doing that from weeks 5 to 9, along with a couple of other novels that you're reading extracts from. So in theory, you could start reading the novel now, and then you could do the other reading as you go every week, and then you should be absolutely fine. So again, just keep yourself to a schedule and trust me, you'll be fine. It's a demanding course, but it's not necessarily a difficult course if you keep yourself in check. So that's 3 things. You need to read your texts, you need to complete your assignments, and you need to read your syllabus, okay? So do make sure that you do that. And of course, your texts are in your course pack. So syllabus, course pack, make sure your assignments are in on time, all right? A couple of things to take note of. I don't do discussions. I'm sure I can hear a few whoops from most of you thinking, oh God, finally no more written discussions. I do a couple of video responses, but I don't really believe in online discussions for online courses. I'm not convinced they're helpful. And you'll always get, one student who writes 3 or 4 paragraphs, and then you'll get someone else that writes back saying, good job. So it's not really very useful. It doesn't really allow me to kind of gauge your input and effort into the class. So if you're thinking, oh, there's no online discussion for this week, no, there's not. I also don't do quizzes. Again, sometimes I'll use them for online courses, but for this one, I actually think it's more important that you spend time getting to grips with the text, okay? So enjoy the course. I think it's got something for everyone. We're going to be focusing on the Far East. So China, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, these sorts of countries. Have a look over the syllabus, have a look over your course pack, and just remember, when you download these lectures each week, this lecture contains everything you need. All of the instructions are in here, your due dates are in here. So if you're downloading these and watching me, hello, you cannot fail, okay? Complete the assignments on time, do the reading, and again, you will not fail this class. So a little bit about me before we continue, because I'm going to be finding out about you and your video responses. I am Dr. Kane. I'm Dr. Louise Kane. I'm obviously based in the English department at UCF. I'm a full-time member of staff, and I'm Assistant Professor of Global Modernisms. I'm also here to make your life easier and to help you. Now, one of my pet peeves with online classes is that sometimes you feel like you don't even know your instructor. You don't know their name, you don't know how to contact them, you feel like you're kind of really isolated, not just from other students, but from your professor. I don't want you to feel like that ever in my courses. You are constantly in my thoughts. When I'm teaching you online, I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking, how are they doing? I'm noticing each student's progress. You might get emails from me, you didn't write back to this, why not? Or you might get me say, oh, you did assignment 1 particularly well. I'd recommend you do this, this, and this. So do check your emails quite frequently. And I also email about student opportunities. So if I happen to know of a really good scholarship on offer or an internship or something maybe that you could do with me, like an independent study, I will contact you and I'll let you know about those opportunities. So do make sure that you are looking at your Knights Mail email regularly. So just to recap, I am Dr. Kane, that's Kane. My contact details are at the top of the syllabus, okay? But again, I'm going to be emailing you, so you'll have my email address there. So yeah, feel free to get in touch if you have any questions. I hope you really enjoy this course. I love teaching online, and I'll tell you the truth, this course is my favourite. I love it. I love teaching it, and it's just a fascinating course. If you've ever wanted to kind of feel like you're visiting cities in China or Japan, or if you've ever wanted to know what it was like in, World War II, Shanghai, this is the course for you. It's a bit of history, it's a bit of anthropology, it's mostly literature, but I think you'll find that it's also about modern cultures as well. All of the texts we read are translated into English for obvious reasons, but sometimes you'll see me use Japanese or Chinese words. This is really just to get you into the kind of feel for incorporating those words into your own language. So you'll notice little bits of that throughout. So have a look over the syllabus again. Enjoy reading, enjoy doing the assignments, because they're designed to be enjoyable. You're meant to have fun, believe it or not. And if you need anything at all, you just get in touch, okay?